Hey, what is up, everyone? It is Rich. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. We are going to look at Al Columbia today. Alfred Columbia. This guy is awesome. This is probably off the grid for some people that follow my channel. Believe me, stick with this video. You're going to be very impressed by this guy's stuff. He's a genius, I think. Anyway, this is rare that I do this, but just out of respect to Al's work, I'm actually going to do this. So the first time that I saw Al Columbia's work was on Big Numbers. We won't count this as the 10 minutes. I'm going to do 60 seconds of just a little bit of background on him. So he was an assistant for Bill Sienkiewicz illustrating Big Numbers. And so I want to say that Lee Bermejo or someone at Wildstorm told me that. And I just remember hearing the name Al Columbia and then seeing a little bit of his work and the Big Numbers work. I mean, it's heavily a photo referencey look that for Sienkiewicz. Like, it just looks like he took photos of his friends and did like weird stuff to it, which is cool. I mean, it's, you know, it's a legitimate form of art. But anyway, so for some weird reason, I just thought that Al Columbia was like an old guy. I would have guessed that he was, you know, at the time. I mean, I heard about this like 20 some odd years ago. I mean, I thought he was like an old school cartoonist, like John Romita Sr. or something like that. Al Columbia just sounds like an old grizzled cartoonist. He was born in 1970, so he's really younger than probably any of the Image founders. And his stuff is really badass. So let's get in full screen mode, and we're going to just enjoy some art from Al Columbia. He's referred to as like an artist. You know, I think that's selling him a little bit short. I just think that a normal person might not come across this stuff. This is like your stoner friend goes, dude, you gotta check this stuff out, man. Look at this shit. So I'm a big fan of old school aesthetics, I guess you'd call it. And this pushes those buttons really, really well. I like weird art. I like cartoony art. I like stuff that's very grotesque, meaning unusual structure, not grotesque in an American way. And yeah, it just like there was a video game that came out maybe like 4 or 5 years ago called Cuphead, and Cuphead really embraced the sort of I don't know. It's almost like a lowbrow aesthetic now. Look at this, man. This is so awesome. But you know, it's like if Winsor McKay did a lot of like hard drugs. No, Winsor McKay's got a different aesthetic, but anyway. Al's really brilliant. So his body of work is actually quite small, all things considered, for how long he's been in comics. But you can look at that Google page that I had up, and to the right there was a list of the different books he did. The little hands around the frog's neck are cool. But I really like this stuff a lot, and I was trying to come up with someone a little different today. I don't like the channel to be predictable, and so honestly, doing these videos is predictable just because it's like it's expected now, and I don't mind that. But in terms of artists that I pick, I mean, I'm gonna pick people that I think are badass, or I mean, I'm picking people that I don't know too. Meaning that if you recommend someone that I'm not familiar with their work, those are fun too for me. This is really cool. He's got some very, very kick-ass, creepy texture going on this. These are all from his Instagram. He is on Instagram under Alfred Columbia. I'll have a link to that. Look at this. This is so good. And there's some big kind of artist edition style books that you can get from Pim and Francie that look really, really nice. I don't own them, but I would definitely buy one if I see it at like a Comic Con. I'd for sure pick it up. Man, this is so cool. And it's not all creepy and gross. I mean, it's unusual for sure, but I find it actually kind of fun too. I honestly don't know what medium this is. Looking at this particular piece right here, he has such a luminosity to the actual look, and it almost in a weird way, it feels like it was like painted on like vellum or something like that. Not down here. I mean, I can see texture from the board, but there is a very almost it's like the blending of colors and stuff like that really actually gives it a lot of depth. It's quite subtle, but it is in there. I mean, it's obvious here is why I'm zooming in on this, but you can see these different colors. So it could be a watercolor or any dilutable paint, but even This is right here is really cool. It's really good shit, man. These real subtle white highlights that he paints in are awesome. Look at this. Fuck, man. Shit is cool. I don't get the impression that Al will ever see this video, but if he does, Al, you do rock, and I would absolutely love to have you come on the channel and chit chat, or we could just talk about shit that you like. It would be fine. I'm easy. Because some people like me, I'm not really comfortable like doing an interview about me is not appealing. But if someone said, "Hey, do you want to come on and just talk about art?" I would do that quicker. So I get that with other artists, where if you just went like, "Hey, do you want to just talk about some cool shit?" They might go for it more than sort of me sitting there going like, "Where were you born? When did you learn to draw?" Again, you can see these really like it's really fascinating to me. This is almost like I want to make a case study on this just for myself, because I actually really like this glossy look that he's getting on his pieces. And it's not just the, well, I mean, it's the color choices. He's got some really good like color sort of sculpting going on. His highlights are really well placed, but yeah, everything looks like it was just slathered in a little tiny bit of oil and then like lit expertly, and it really brings out the colors. Of course, whenever I do a freaking video, somebody's got to text me. I swear, I don't really give them a text. This is cool. The repetitive face is actually quite creepy. And this is good too. Look at this. When I saw this small, I actually thought he had done a series of pieces from photos. Like, you ever see his name is Serge something, but he'll do pieces where he puts like pretty girls into like photos, but the girls are drawn, but the like hallway isn't. Serge Brilalt, something like that. But this is really good. Now, this is kind of trippy to me. Is there's a hotel downtown in San Diego called the Horton Grand that has a staircase that looks just like this. It's very, very trippy. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, but yeah, it's really wild. But like down here, you can go. Like, I've walked on it several times, so who knows? It's really, really great, though. Man, what a kick-ass piece. All right, we got to hustle. We only got 10 minutes. This is just 10 minutes with Alfred Columbia. This is great, too. Look at that. Man, that is cool. Bet you weren't expecting this today. We should do Mark Ryden at some point. That would be interesting. I've got a whole bunch of like interesting artists that that are a little outside of comics, or a lot outside of comics. It's a Dick Monster. It's like, holy cow, the Dick Monster's here. The Biologic Boy. Still frame. Oh, goodness. What is going on here? All right, we're getting towards the end here. I don't want this to go too long. But yeah, keep doing recommendations. And tomorrow I'm going to do someone that I don't know. So if you've got an artist that you go, there's no way Rich knows this artist, there's a high likelihood, well, not high likelihood that I'll pick it, but those are what I'm going to be looking for, is just artists that I don't know their work. So... And I know, you know, some people recommend people that are working in like American comics, like doing mainstream superhero stuff. I mean, I have no problem doing those artists. I just don't feel like that some of them just don't need like more exposure. It's like if you're completely overexposed, I will definitely do those too, but it's fun to do the, like, I don't know what you call it, like they always talk about guitarists. They go like, this guitarist is so underrated. So we'll keep a nice mix of them. This is very, very cool. But like Al Columbia, he's only got like 2,100 followers on Instagram. That's low, real low for someone that's as respected as this dude is. So okay, I think we're almost done. Oh, that's awesome. They really need to. They really need to do some cartoons of this stuff. Oh, it's funny. I was talking to my friend about The Shining this morning, and then look at this. Kind of has a little Shining vibe. Little, not a lot. Okay, let me see one thing real quick. I grabbed quite a few. Okay, we gotta hustle. Let's just go fast. Yeah, it's like Disney on acid. Although Disney, you'd have to go way back in Disney to find stuff like this. Man, this is great. It's interesting when he switches gears and does these almost more realistic backgrounds. Not like hyper realistic, but oh man, the colors on this are great. Oh, this is cool. Man, that's so badass. Dude! This guy is trippy, man. He'd be fun to hang out with. Okay, gotta quick. Well, I hope that that was fun. Please, by all means, throw out some recommendations for tomorrow. Look, it's Rich. That's Rich. For tomorrow, someone that you think that I don't know, and then next week we'll do a mix. We'll do someone I don't know. We'll do someone that's like a real popular American comic artist. We'll look for some European stuff. I want to do some Indian or Chinese stuff. We'll shoot the bow and arrow everywhere. All right, we got to end this. It's way over. It's probably a 4-hour video, and I didn't even know. Holy cow. Oh, yeah, look at that. This almost has a little bit of like a Monty Python vibe with the top hats and stuff. Ah, it's cool, too. And the kitty killer. Holy shit. Uh-oh. What's going on? This is disturbing. All right, you guys have a great day. That was wacky. All right, bye.